Night before War Games. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Y'all know what it is. Attitude Era podcast. We're a little bit behind times later than usual. You know what I'm saying? But we still here. I hope you're ready to tap in. I hope you had that notification bell because we got the notification bell. You know what I'm saying? Then you good. Y'all know who it is. We got Gamaj in the building. Yo, your
Yeah.
favorite wrestler's favorite podcaster. That's who it is. If you ain't never seen Gamaj with the people that you've seen him with, I mean, who makes them famous? Gamaj. There are nobody until they take a picture with Gamaj. That's how it works. I'm telling you, trust me. That's how the industry goes. And you know what it is, King HP, the undisputed podcast champion of the world. Woo! We got some things to talk about on the heels of War Games. On the heels of War Games, brother, I got some things to talk about. One, we got a traditional Survivor Series match tonight. Okay, let me ask this: do you feel like that match should there always be a traditional Survivor Series match on on the PLE, not the SmackDown, the PLE? Do you think we could have did this on the PLE tomorrow night and maybe swap the match or add it?
I think this could have been on the PLE. The problem is by them putting this on SmackDown, I think they're trying to water it down so that they only stick with the War Games for Survivor Series PLE.
Okay. Okay. Fair. Um, I think you might be right. I just wish that War Games is cool. I think War Games I'm gonna enjoy tomorrow. I am. I know I am. But I don't want it to be like everything is a War Games every year.
Yeah.
I would like to see the mix up of Survivor Series. Or let me ask this question: is Survivor Series a match that can just happen at any time if you get a group of people together? It's going to be a Survivor Series style match. And you, four minimum. It can be five, but Survivor Series used to be 4-on-4. You know what I'm saying? So let's not forget it can be 4 or 5. You. You know what I'm saying? Versus you, right? Or and another you. Do you Would you be okay with Survivor Series turning into a match like a no holds bar match or a steel cage match?
So like what? So like changing it to like a no DQ? You're trying to say, or
Yeah, like so. Okay, so if you had a bunch of guys beefing, like, and they're in close proximity, like division, like to next week, it's gonna be a survivor. Like running the gauntlet. Running the
okay.
Gauntlet is a style of match. So you would have a Survivor Series style match where you'd have a group or faction of 4 versus another group or faction of 4, and it's elimination style. So the last man is left, the last man or
Okay.
woman is left. Does that work for you? Or no, we need to keep Survivor Series. And yo, if you just tuned in, let us know your opinion and your philosophies on Survivor Series. Because a lot of us grew up in that.
Um.
What up, Zach Wild? Salute. Coco
So
Beware is the
so
GOAT. That's
so
your
here's the
opinion,
thing. The
brother.
way you
Spell his name
explain it.
wrong.
So the way you explain it, I actually like that concept. I don't know if I want to stamp it as a Survivor Series gauntlet because I don't want to risk watering down the theme of the Survivor Series PLE.
I just only reason I'm asking that, right, is because a couple weeks ago, Mark, I think his name is Mark Shapiro, something Shapiro, right? I think it's Mark. He mentioned that Vince's staple of matches and PLEs, like WWE wants to break away from, and Survivor Series because they did it on SmackDown. I thought about it. If they said tonight we're gonna have a Survivor Series, it's gonna be these 5 individuals, or it could even be handicap style. You know what I'm saying? I just hear a daughter crying, so I'm tripping. But
Um,
it could even be that where it's like 3-on-4 or 4-on-5 or 5-on-6 even. But it's elimination. It's all elimination. Um, so salute Bayo 91202. You turning 14, good brother. Um, salute. So since it's your birthday, we're gonna answer that question. What are your guys' favorite wrestlers? I'm always gonna say HBK. I literally was shopping today for some Christmas stuff, and almost bought the click four figures that were all in Target. The Triple H, all of them got the Too Sweet sign going up from the curtain call. So you would almost call it the curtain call pack. Triple H. And then when I decided not to, um, I still almost went and got Diesel and Sean. Just because like I probably go back tomorrow and just get them just off GP. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, you know what I'm saying? They're definitely my favorites, two dudes with attitudes. But Shawn Michaels for certain. I used to have what I used to call the white gloves of darkness in high school. I lied. It was junior high. There was these white gloves with a hole for your thumb, and they rolled up, and I used to like tag all over them with heartbreaks and shit, like broken hearts. And then when you talk about fighting, I'd be like, "Yo, I'm about to knock buddy out." I would try to put these things on, and they were so dirty and nasty over time, bro. But I thought, you know how Shawn Michaels had the gloves, so I tried to cut them and then draw a patch and cut. Anyway, Gamaj, who is your favorite wrestler? Salute to Bayo 91202 because again, it's his birthday. My man's turning 14. He wants to know who your favorite wrestler is. So before we get into the graphics and all that, the politics of wrestling, can you answer that man birthday question? He is 14 years old.
First off, happy birthday. And to that question, I always go back and forth between The Rock and Stone Cold. But for the sake of
Good
picking one
choice.
person for today, I'm gonna edge Stone Cold.
Hey, not a bad pick, brother. There's millions and millions of people that will go with you. So salute to you, brother. Keep watching wrestling. You're gonna enjoy it. Go back, get Peacock, go watch some old school wrestling. You'll really enjoy that, and you'll get a full appreciation for where we're at in today's world. What up, Vinny? Happy holidays, good brother. D-Rec, what up? With the way it seems they want to keep war games forevermore. Yeah, Vinny, D-Rec, I agree. It did lose his mystique. I'm saying mystic. I don't think it's completely lost in the fact that I want to see tomorrow's match, but I think a traditional Survivor Series match could just be used now as a like a standard bout that you might put on at SummerSlam. You know, it's a Survivor Series. You know that, but that's a match type, just like a no holds bar match or whatever. I would prefer that not happen though. Thanksgiving time cut turkeys. Back in the day, Hulk Hogan, they had turkey cutting promo. You know, I would like to see that come back, but it seems like they've just really gone away from it to the point where war games their thing. But
I mean, and the thing is, with them doing that, they're doing the same mistake they did with the Hell in a Cell.
they killed Hell in a Cell.
Yep, and they're running that same thing, doing that too.
They killed. It's funny you say that because war games is like the ultimate Hell in a Cell. The only thing greater than that could be Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah,
And they made a mockery of that by not mockery, but when you made a pay-per-view, a PLE should not be called that. That's my opinion. Because those should be one-time here and there matches to keep their like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That mystique, that
yeah,
oh my gosh, it's gonna get crazy. When you make it a yearly like clockwork and everybody's match is gonna be a hell in a cell, you get crap where wasn't Seth Rollins like with the Bray Wyatt, didn't he have a disqualification or a count? He had some
yeah.
weird
They stopped it by
yeah,
like DQ, something like that, and it's
yeah,
like,
you start to do dumb stuff, you know, and then when we get that, you can't take it back, and then it's like people lose interest, and then you know, yeah. So I'll just leave it there. Like the first bunch of Hell in a Cells all originated around mystical type characters. The first one was Undertaker Shawn. The second one was the second one most people will get wrong. The second one is that most people get this answer wrong. If I gave a trivia question, when was the second Hell in a Cell? Most people go Shawn and Taker was number one. Then they go to Taker Mankind was number two. But in fact, that's not the case. There was a one that took place on Raw before that to get ready for the Hell in a Cell. And I believe it was Kane and Mankind. Um, but anyway, neither here nor there. Uh, But yeah, it got watered down. Uh, I will say this: the Survivor Series match tonight, Solo Sikoa won. Salute to Solo. However, Sami Zayn looks super strong.
Yeah,
By having him be one of three. This goes back to when Shawn Michaels lost on Team Austin, and it was like 3-on-1 or 4-on-1, and Shawn went through, and it was down to the 1-on-1. You're like, oh my gosh, Shawn's gonna do it. Interference happened behind the ref's back. They pinned Shawn. It's like, dang, it's this close. That's the way it felt with Sami Zayn tonight.
yeah,
So salute. I think Solo needed the victory. He got the victory.
yeah. And
Uh,
also he's gonna face Gunther next week, so he needed to look strong
he
to win
needs
that
to look
match.
strong. You're 100% correct. Um, I don't know why these kids are crying in my house because I hear it and it's irking me. I don't know if y'all hear it because his mic is the buffing sound, but these the HP and the 4-footers is about to get whooped. Somebody about to give me some answers. Why are you crying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get back to it. But I do think with Gunther and Solo on the horizon of the John Cena tournament, anybody doing extracurricular activities in the John Cena tournament needs to look strong. They don't need to be taking a loss elsewhere and then going back to the tournament as if they can win. If it was
Yeah,
the first round, sure. Which brings me to a point. Jay Uso has a match tomorrow, and he's in the tournament. How do you see Jay Uso's War Games scenario playing out? And for those that don't know, this is where we're at with the tournament currently. Oh, hold on. Before we get into that, tonight, LA Knight had a surprise opponent. Who did you think it was gonna be? Because a lot of names were flying.
uh, I'm not gonna lie. I really did not get. I didn't give it a thought of who I thought it was gonna be. I just felt if I could pick my own opponent, I thought someone like a Jeff Hardy would have been cool.
Let me call it now. Because I haven't seen this on the internet. And you heard it here first. Let me give everybody an exclusive. An exclusive. Okay. This is gonna be exclusive. I'm calling it now. Um, I'm telling you right now, when this happens, people gonna be like, man, dude on Attitude Era podcast called it. Uh, so I'm putting it on the screen. All right, so this is gonna be an exclusive King HP prediction. Make sure I spell my words right. LA Knight is a very integral part of this tournament. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second. We talk about Jay Uso having War Games tomorrow night. Okay. One thing, this is why I say these things are entwined. You have to look strong. Jay Uso, LA Knight. Right. Let me put it up so you guys can see it, so you can kind of follow me on this journey. Okay. I want you to look at LA Knight's bracket. So far in this tournament, LA Knight has faced a surprise opponent in every single match. His first round, we did not know until the music hit, Zack Ryder. His second round, Sheamus got hurt, and The Miz was substituted in. Okay. Jay Uso having War Games tomorrow night could result in Jay Uso being hurt on screen and not being able to participate, giving LA Knight another surprise opponent, meaning LA Knight had the hardest road to get there. LA Knight has overcome immense obstacles because he's never known his opponent the whole time. And it's a storyline that writes itself. And depending on who you can get, I can go with LA Knight if we get someone that can't get the pop and surprise, or if we could get a Jeff Hardy to pop up, blow the roof off, and he doesn't have to fight round after round after round and lose the luster. He has to do one match. Boom. He goes against Gunther. He gets or Gunther. you know, who was Gunther set to go against? Solo, right?
Oh yeah.
So we'd have to do 2 matches. Now, I don't think that would happen, but I'm just be on the lookout for Jey Uso tomorrow night to see if he gets hurt. Whether he gets hurt or it's part of the show, and that will bring us to LA Knight having to take on another surprise opponent, right? Um, just I'm calling it now. I'm saying that. Don't steal my joint. If you see it on somebody else's thing, you know you heard it here first. Just putting that out there. What you think, Amaj? Am I way off with this? Am I left field in this? Is the over analytical brain of King HP going too hard in the paint? But just know I ain't wrong about the first two. He's had 2 surprise opponents. Why not make his whole bracket run nothing but surprises?
I didn't think of that scenario you gave, and I think that's a pretty cool one. It's just it's WWE creative. That's the problem. And I don't trust them to be that intricate to go along with this. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, those matches, those last 4. Here's another issue, and I'm just being honest. I know people might. No one Gunther to me and LA Knight actually. I mean, none of these last 4 do it for me as John Cena's last opponent. If you were to tell me when John Cena said, I'm going to retire in 1 year, and he did his announcement, and he said, I'm going to fight, my last match will be one against one of these 4 individuals, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, Gunther, or LA Knight, who do y'all want? People would have booed him out the arena. If he'd have said that at Jump Street, right? So don't expect me to be really surprised here in the end. Because there's no, even though you told me there could be surprise guys from TNA, guys who may not work here anymore. When it comes to the final 4, it's all WWE guys. Ain't no
Right.
surprises. Matter of fact, none of your surprises won. You know what I'm saying? So it took some of the luster out of the tournament for me. You know, have Matt Cardona won one and got to the second. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, oh, okay, we might see Zack Ryder and John Cena. We might see it, you know. I just I'm not super enthralled. However, if you make it LA Knight versus a mystery opponent due to the injury of Jey Uso, people going to tune in because again, will it be Matt Hardy? Will it be Edge popping up? Will Chris Jericho pop up? Will we get R-Truth in the tournament? You know,
R-Truth would get a pop. That would be
R-Truth not being in the tournament is crazy.
yeah.
You gave us Big Bronson Reed for what? For what? There was no reason for him to come in and lose in the first round of Carmelo Hayes because Carmelo doesn't need a victory over Bronson Reed when Bronson Reed needs all the strength he can get to look strong going into a match going against CM Punk, world champion, Roman Reigns, longest reigning world champion of the modern era, that he just got a victory against, Cody Rhodes, WWE undisputed, and the greatest tag team of all time, the Usos. You got to go on War Games on your like, yo, this guy's like dominant. They don't have the accolades. They got the, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They
To be fair with Bronson Reed, it wasn't really a clean win. It was a lot of interference.
it wasn't, but when I look back, do anyone remember that match? It didn't do anything for nobody. It didn't push Carmelo Hayes' stock. So you could have put anybody. You know, Carmelo just needed the win to keep, going. But to put against Bronson Reed, like, damn, he beat Bronson Reed? Damn, Bronson can't even beat Carmelo Hayes, but we supposed to believe he's going, you know what I'm saying? No, man, no. That's what I'm saying. You go into this tournament, you gotta look strong. If you're gonna be in any of the main event spots, hence Solo Sikoa, he won. Jey Uso, he's been winning, and he's in the match tomorrow night, main event. I just don't think Javon Evans going against Gunther served his purpose. Javon Evans' name is ringing bells. It's been
Yeah.
2 weeks since then, and his name is like, oh, okay. When he gets to the main, like You know, Dolph Ziggler losing to Solo, was that necessary? Why? Former world champion, history with John Cena. Solo has history. He already beat John Cena. So,
Makes
did
me
Penta
think.
even have to be in this tournament? Hmm?
Now let's say, did Dolph ever beat Cena?
Has Dolph ever beaten Cena?
Yeah.
I think he has. Shit, I don't know. I had to go pull up my homework.
Like now I'm thinking
Hopefully
about
my
that
dog didn't
because
even.
we gotta find this out. Okay, it says he has. I mean, okay, yeah, he beat him at the TLC PLE in 2012, and
Yeah,
actually that
I
was for
just
the
don't
Monday.
think when you have a John Cena last time tournament, I don't know what you're trying to do. Do you want to put someone in there who John can pass the reins to? But I'm gonna be honest, beating John Cena, and people gonna say what they're gonna say. I'm gonna give you facts. I'm gonna give you dead hard facts. Beating John Cena has not given anybody the rub yet. Austin Theory beat him, no rub,
Yeah,
no love. Like no one built a career off beating John Cena. The only one who might be able to do it is Dom, but Dom doesn't. He's already super popular.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's already over.
Yeah. So beating John Cena at this point is just to say, in Dom's future, I've beaten some of the best that walked the earth.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where that comes in at. I've beaten John Cena. I've wrestled John Cena many times. I beat him more than he ever beat me. I beat so and so. I beat, you know what I'm saying? So I think, but I just be honest, beating John Cena, if you're looking for a rub, it's not gonna do nothing for LA Knight if he beats him, if he gets there. Um, I just got a good text, so
Yeah,
um, ooh, Gunther actually might. Let me stop lying to y'all. Gunther already retired Goldberg. So Gunther's thing is I put wrestlers away.
that was actually why I was gonna say Gunther might be the only person when you really think about it.
Let me retract some stuff. Gunther actually it could do something for Gunther, to be honest, because he's already
Yeah.
got that train going.
Right, and then also this is a big what if. If they decide to do Gunther and Lesnar for Mania, because now that's possible, that is a good way to promote that. I retired Goldberg, I retired Cena, and potentially I retire the Beast.
Um Gunther beat the brakes off John Cena. So if I mean not Gunther, Brock did. So having I don't know if Gunther can take Brock because Gunther. Hey, y'all. See y'all next week. We'll be betting. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think Gunther's style is so physical. Brock might get pissed with them. Some like, have you seen Brock had a real physical man? I'm talking about people making Brock bleed, Brock beat red, Brock just, you know what I'm saying? Brock don't really get them type of matches. He gets physical matches where it's like, but they're safe. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Suplexes and whatnot, but they're safe. They look physically imposing. They probably feel, getting dropped on you, but like they do it and they say you can't safely take Gunther chops where it ain't happening. And we see what happened when Braun Strowman gave him a little whoop with the knee.
Yep. Give him a quick 3-piece. Knocked his ass down.
Because Brock ain't with all that. Like that's the type. Bret Hart made a comment about that type of stuff. Like, why do you want to hurt your opponent? Like all those physical, like that's crazy. I've never heard anyone in 20 some odd years of wrestling. And I understand Bret's comment. You got to go again, and especially in those eras, Vince had you wrestling night in and night out. Imagine being like, ah, ah, ooh, You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy. You'd be nuts. Can't do that. Can't do that. Well, you can do that. That bruiser style of wrestling is just um I don't know if Gunther is ready to give that style to Brock. Brock looked like he might not take well to that. Brock looked like, Brock about 20 pounds heavier now.
I mean,
Like
at least the
Diesel.
one advantage Gunther has that Brock is probably willing to do it. He has been in a lot. He's been having fun with his current run, so maybe he'll give him a leeway with that. But at most, I give Gunther like 2 or 3 hits, and then Brock's gonna be like, okay, that's it.
To answer that one. I think when Brock. Okay, let me ask you this, right? Let me go back about 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes. I remember Leader Edge in the middle of the ring. Oh yeah, Pat, we all do. I know not Pat. PA 12. Mm. Let me put this tournament thing back up, right? So, if not Gunther, is there a storyline for anyone else that you were okay with? And if so, who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
The only uh okay, besides Gunther, I'm looking at these names. Here's the thing, I don't know how LA Knight would work story wise for Cena, unless it's like a passing of the torch kind of deal. Maybe. Um, Jay Uso, I know that's gonna be the match that would piss people off. But the story there is probably Cena getting his get back for losing to him at the Rumble because he lost it because of Jay.
I mean,
And then
yeah,
again, that's the one I think I would want the least. I don't want that.
right.
So
I'm be honest. I think the wrong guy won tonight. I think Rusev losing.
no, I think
Now,
I think
again,
Rusev should have won. Rusev should have won.
100%.
Yeah,
Rusev has good storyline with him. Rusev was built to be a monster. He went at Dom. He couldn't get it done. So you've already mitigated how the ceiling of Rusev. He will never be your main stage monster. And if it is, it's going to take you double the time to get there because he couldn't beat the mid tier guy. And he constantly tried to complain about not being able to get the shot that he wanted or needed. And it just didn't happen. So now he's losing a tournament against John Cena after mocking John Cena. I'm gonna be honest. This to me now, if they do the War Games thing, where okay, Jay Uso wins War Games, but he gets hurt, he can't compete. I get it. But to be honest, it would have been easier to have Rusev win and somebody from the Vision take at Jay Uso during the Rusev match. It would have
yeah,
been easy to do that. It's completely explainable why Jay Uso doesn't win. It's the night, but you know what I'm saying? It's so easy to do. And now you
yeah.
got Rusev, who doesn't have a big match. Jey Uso doesn't look weak. Rusev goes on to win, doing heel tactics. He got the win any way he could. Going against LA Knights, we got babyface heel, and on the flip side, you got heel versus heel. So I don't know what you're gonna do over there,
And
but
it's kind of crazy they didn't do that because they did that to Bronson Reed.
right, right, right. So, and this is the night before War Games. Now, my understanding, the show is pre-recorded, but you have to think about that. If you're going to do a pre-recorded show that's airing the night before, I still want it to feel like it's the night before. I don't
Yeah,
want it to be like, yeah, we recorded this 5 days ago. Yeah, no, that feel like it happened on Friday. So, War Games tomorrow night. Oh my gosh, the Visionary attacking Jey Uso, the ref. You know what I'm saying? And now Jey Uso gets thrown in the ring, and here come Rusev. He had John Cena with one of these, and only to get beat. Man, come on.
I'm
But it is
telling
what it
you,
is. I
that's a curse. You realize any opponent, especially a heel, either facing Cena or mocking him, does that, they lose
yeah.
every time.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit crazy. Not gonna lie to you, I need Gunther to win this. I'll be okay with Gunther and John Cena, to be honest. I'm okay with that. Um, because I think WWE is gonna go with that. I retire. Like you had the legend killer, and now you have the guy like I'm the career killer. You killed legends, people who shouldn't even been in the ring. I stopped people from participating when they thought they had more in the tank. I thought you know what I'm saying? Like that's a crazy bar that Gunther will be able to go. I stopped Goldberg, people's hero, Bret
Yeah.
Hart's Bret Hart's hero. You know what I'm saying? I ended John Cena,
If
Mr.
he
Unseen.
says Bret
Like,
Hart's hero, yo, he's goaded for that.
dog, if he the verbiage is there for Gunther to take over as a prime heel. If he were to do that, because it's easy to challenge Gunther after that. And then Brock being like, you ain't stopped my career. And it's like, you beat people up because they don't know how to fight. You went to other places and got goaded over there. You aren't goaded over here, so you can hold the belt for an extended amount of time. I'm the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. You know what that means? I was here week in, week out, month in, month out. You held the title by holding it hostage. You're no champion in my eyes. You're a disgrace to this ring. You think by beating up people that you're better than that makes you great. Gunther's promo will be crazy, Riz Brock.
And honestly, it's easy booking to do that. It's so easy, and
It is.
they're
He needs to
dropping
win
the
versus Cena.
ball.
He needs to win versus Cena, bro.
The story
He
writes
needs to
itself.
win versus
It's
Cena.
it's
I ain't gonna
there.
hold you. Bring whoever you want, Jeff Hardy, Edge, whomever. Gunther needs and I'll take Archie's idea. When you get to the actual match, make it like the WrestleMania 4. You got a bunch of run-ins, a bunch of people trying to help Cena, a bunch of people trying to take away Cena, and the match changes shape as it goes. It starts, it's a single. The following match is scheduled for one fall, but it changes throughout. Right, it becomes this no holds barred situation. It becomes Gunther trying to choke out John, and people like, you ain't gonna choke out Ron R-Truth. You're not gonna choke out my childhood hero, and he gets choked out.
That would be funny.
You ain't gonna choke out my child hero. Him and R-Truth retire. Nah, you don't want to take away from Cena in that moment, but that would be funny if R-Truth was like, and you know what? I'm out too. And he left. But that would actually be detrimental because you just signed a deal after the WWE almost cut you, only to squander your character.
Yeah.
They could have just cut you. The buzz was bringing you back. They brought you back, and you immediately changed back to the character that WWE cut you for. But whatever. But that worked. That'll work. That'll work. I'm riding with Gunther. I really didn't think I wanted to see it as much as I did, but I could hear the promo now for Gunther versus Brock or Gunther versus anybody. You know, even if Randy Orton gets in the ring with her, you've never done what I've done, and he's like, I remember you even kicked Cena's dad in the head, and you couldn't stop John Cena. I put him out of his misery. And I remember being the longest reigning champ, but didn't I beat you for King of the Ring?
Yep.
Like it don't
And
matter
he
who you put in the ring
and
with him.
he beat him to defend the belt. He was his first title defense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So salute to Gunther. I'm all for Gunther winning. All in. Like
Honestly, he gets more out of beating Cena than any of the other contestants right now.
D-Rec, I hope you're right. So much to the Ron Truth Killings. They had a shirt. I remember we talked about it in our chat too.
The
It
Ron
was like
Killing
Killing
shirts.
Season or Killing Spree or something like that. fire, and they just did away with it like nothing happened. Like, I think what messed it up, when you change your look, it can mess a lot up. Just like you changing a theme song. Wrestling is based on a lot. Your look, your sound, your move set, your promo style. If Jey Uso were to change his move set, change his promo style, it could do a lot for him, good or bad. Good or bad. Um, you know, Wes Lee shaved his head and it didn't do good for him. He ended up getting released. And I don't think they released him because he shaved his head, but he just didn't look the part anymore.
Yeah.
Even his character, his avatar on his intro had the dreadlocks. And it was like, this guy ain't got dreadlocks. This guy's got a Caesar, bro. Jay's not good at telling a story. And Nicholas, I'm with you, bro. I don't think he is. But I think what Jey Uso does bring to the table is Jey Uso can start an event or end an event. And a lot of guys can't do that. Because Jey Uso gets crowd movement, crowd participation. And I've been there live. I've been face to face with the man on his bad side. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? I almost, you know what I'm saying? I almost got super kicked. Like WrestlePalooza. You know what I'm saying? You heard DNA tell the story, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
That was Jerry
ain't nothing fake
Palooza.
about it. I'm waiting for Jey Uso to turn straight heel because I seen it in the flesh. That boy good. So yeah, salute to him. Salute to him. Um, what else happened tonight, man? I mean, I missed a bunch and I had to
I
catch it on the backside, but
I mean,
that
I do
tournament
want to
got me.
ask. I do want to ask this though, because this did
Yeah,
happen,
absolutely.
even though it was brief. Chelsea Green did her whole like
Ooh,
celebration for her title, and then Jade Cargill interfered, basically wrecked
yes,
shop. How do you
yes.
feel they've been presenting Jade so far up to this point as champion?
Very good. Very strong. Very who is going to stop this monster. I think for public record, Bianca talks about she don't know when she's gonna get back, but behind closed doors, WWE has a time frame for her and WWE. Because the way her coming out, I would say you don't need your world champion going at a freshly crowned mid-tier champion.
Yeah,
Makes no sense. Like you can do it in certain cases when your mid tier is booked and looks as strong as your world champion. This is not the case. But this is the case of a world champion showing anybody can get it. She on her Adrian Broner. Anybody can get it. Africans, Jamaicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it. So
I mean, another what I
she
do
put the
like that
female locker room on the news.
what I do like that she's also doing, she's keeping it very simple as far as she doesn't have to say much. She'll say a few things. That's it. Wreck shop, and that's perfectly fine.
Roman Reigns is. You don't need them talking too much.
Yeah,
Wreck shop, leave. Be a woman of few words. When you on that heel type of energy, if you can't promo, be a person of few words, look dominant. The boot to Alba Fire. Bang! You know what I'm saying? You kick, oh snap. Chelsea tried to run. Nah, you ain't going nowhere. Oh my God. You ain't going nowhere. And then the stuff with the B-Fab in the back, Jay
yeah, yeah. I didn't think she was gonna get
roll
stripped
into
like
the
that. God
WrestleMania
damn.
Royal Rumble season. It makes it easy for the Royal Rumble winner to pick the other champion too. Because depending on who she is, he'd be like, Jay being like, pick, most people like, who you gonna pick? Who you gonna pick? And Jay snatching the mic and being like, don't even, I pick you. And she'd be like, no, I don't even want your title. Like, you know what I'm saying? Scared,
Yeah,
but not scared. Like, I don't want, get out of here. No. Um, which would leave the Elimination Chamber winner to go against Jade. If Jade can hold her belt that long. I think she will. I think you go into Mania, if you get Bianca back by Mania, and you roll into that storyline. Bianca comes out to win the Elimination Chamber 2 years in a row and go on to stop the monster that Jade has become.
yeah.
And it starts with Bianca coming back, trying to be like cool with Jade, and Jade being like,
Because just looking at how the Royal Rumble is going to be so far, at least for the women, it's very unpredictable who could win that.
I think on the men's side too.
Yeah,
I think on the men's side too.
because it's like when you look at the women's, if Bianca heals up in time for the Royal Rumble, a big what if, she's a potential winner. Liv Morgan is a potential winner. And then it was someone else who got injured that might come back as well. I can't remember her name, but there's some surprises that's possible for that.
Oh yeah, for certain, for certain. I don't know if Liv would win, but I mean, if she does, last year Roxanne held it down in the Rumble, longest woman to ever be in the Royal Rumble, and that was her
See,
first one.
the only reason why I don't think it's going to be Liv, it's going to depend if Stephanie Vicaire is champion or not.
Mm,
If Stephanie Vicaire is still champion going into Mania, I don't think it's going to be Liv because I think they may want to save Stephanie for Rhea Ripley, possibly for Mania.
right. Ooh,
And I already have
I
a
think
feeling with Liv, she might get into it with Roxanne.
Liv and Roxanne is going to feed generations,
That's what I.
but I
That's what
think
I
they got to.
think.
I think we need to see. I feel like Dom is breaking away from Judgment Day and living it because it's starting to be like you don't really see them with him as much. Like we did see him just recently with Finn and JD, and he's dapping them up. But with the girls, you don't. It's not the same cohesiveness like it once was. We're not getting as many Judgment Day all five members together segments as we used to. And
Honestly, he feels more allied with El Grande Americano than the Judgment Day. To be honest,
yes, yeah, yeah. So they definitely got to get that thing back hyped because once we're talking about Liv returning, it's who's gonna fight for the love of Dom, and we're not fighting for the love of Dom. I just make him chicken nuggets. You
I
know,
mean,
Raquel, like, oh, I used to be Liv's best friend, and then Roxanne came, I held it down with her.
well, see now, if this was me booking it, and I wanted to add more to this match, if you want to lead it to Mania, you know what you do? You have Roxanne feud with Maxine because Maxine is the IC champion. Roxanne made it clear she's going after that belt. Put the belt on Roxanne Perez. Then when you put it on
Like that.
Roxanne, you got her and Liv. They go at it for the IC belt, and it adds more prestige to that women's title.
I like that. Mm-mm. I like that. Over here burping. Um, I'm thinking about macaroni and cheese right now. My fat ass. You know what I'm thankful for? Come on, I'm thankful for War Games tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. What time is it on? Let me make sure I can kind of tap in with that.
Oh, actually, check. It's 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific.
7 p.m. Pacific,
No,
4 p.m. Eastern time.
no, 4 p.m. Pacific. It's 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I definitely think I'll be tapped in. We'll be live afterwards, but let's see how it goes, man. You got anything else for tonight's show before we wrap it up and get up out of here?
Um, no, that
Any last
was
minute haymakers?
no, that was really about it. Oh yeah, Charlotte Oscar. Charlotte got the win over Oscar, so the what her team has the advantage.
Mm.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how these matches pan out.
I do think the match that's gonna be the match of the night is the men's. Women have a chance to steal, but I think watch out for John Cena and Dom.
I
Dom
was I
probably
was
gonna
gonna
win that
say
belt back in San Diego.
I was gonna say Dom may have the biggest ovation out of anybody that night.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. But we'll see. We'll see tomorrow night. I don't like to predict. I just want to be surprised. Direct. I think the world will be shocked tomorrow a little bit. That 5-man elimination. The 5-man war games, the 5-woman war games, a lot to be desired on both sides. Blood and guts was great from the women. Let's see if WWE can follow suit and give us a great run.
Yeah.
But and congratulations to Lash Legend and Trick Williams.
Oh, right.
Salute to
Yeah.
them.
Congrats to them.
As Trick Williams is now engaged to Lash Legend. Um Trick Willie, you know what I'm saying? I love to see it, you know what I'm saying? People taking the knee, and if you're gonna if they're in a relationship, they love each other, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and pop that question, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man up, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce, you say put a ring on it, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. I'm with it. I don't like divorce, so but I like to see people get married, and I like to see, positivity and great things. And they're a great couple, man. The good couple. They're both down at, well, she's on the main roster. I mean, she's on the main roster. And Trick, multiple time NXT champion, former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. So it's only a matter of time probably for him before he gets
Yeah.
called up. So salute to both. But that's all I got. Gamad, you got anything where they can meet you at, where they can what I'm saying, holla at you?
Um, just check out my IG page, which I have in my signature, Only Game. And if you want to see the wrestlers that I meet, the wrestlers that I try to get videos of, it's all going to be over there. I'm also thinking about taking out a few from my archives because I have some that I've just
Mm.
never shared, never posted. So if I get enough hit in my ears to bring them out, I'll bring them out.
I bet. And y'all know where you can find me, Hall Priest Universe. Definitely check it out. Got some new shorts up. Go ahead over there, watch. We got shorts up talking about DMX and Pop. We got shorts talking about which world would you live in, whether it's from Stranger Things. Yo, I Am Legend, all these things, a lot of comparative things. So yeah, man, direct man, it was a pleasure, brother. Make sure you subscribe, and if you're not, hit the notification bell. So anytime we go live, we'll be live tomorrow after War Games with a recap that's gonna be crazy. We're gonna be full of energy. I can tell right now. But until next time, if you don't know, again, hit the subscribe, hit the like, share the broadcast, hit the notification bell. See y'all tomorrow night, man. Uh, peace.